faces, 10,000 words, 10,000 graces, 10,000 birds. Thank you so much. Wow. Hi. What a night. Those first three songs, well, two songs and a tune, I wrote for part of a commission from the Fresh Grass Festival in Massamoka, Massachusetts. And when I was commissioned to write a song cycle, which that's part of, I was reading a book called Cuba and Its Music by Ned Sublette. It's a really amazing book, and it doesn't start in Cuba. It goes before. The first few chapters are actually all about the trans-Saharan Arabic slave trade. Awkward pause. But, it's what I do. So I was reading about this, and it was just kind of like really striking me with the parallels and how nothing exists in a vacuum, and there's always something that came before, that lays down the tracks for what comes next. And the thing that really struck me, though, when I was reading these chapters was the discussion of these women who were these really talented musicians, but they were also enslaved, and they were also used as bed girls. And they were sold with their repertoire in books. So you could look through the book of the songs that they knew, before you made your choice. And it just kind of blew me away, the whole concept. And somebody wrote about these women who were well known, that they knew 10,000 verses. And that number just really kind of kept resonating in my brain, and I started thinking about, the many and then one story within that, trying to imagine. So that's what those songs were born out of, thinking about that whole thing. And this next tune is one that I wrote a few years ago. It's called Following the North Star. And recently, Francesco and I had the opportunity to compose a score for a ballet, for Nashville Ballet. It was an amazing experience, and we took this tune and added a part to it, and so now it's changed forever. So we're going to do that version. This is a song from Western North Carolina by Old Belle Reed. She may not have envisioned it done like this, but that's okay. Thank you so much. Well, I play this banjo here. It's a little unusual, and people who follow me maybe have been following me for a while may know it, but it's still something I gotta talk about because it's just there's not many of us who play this in public, this kind of banjo. This is a replica of a banjo from 1858, and part of my mission has always been talking about how the banjo is an African-American instrument. First 100 years of its existence, it was only played by African Americans. It was known solely as a black instrument. It wasn't until like the 1820s and 30s that white folks started to go, I want it. I want to play it. So you start seeing a change. You see a change from homemade plantation gourd type instruments you see to this sort of hoop construction here, which is all banjos from then on have that as a basic construction. And this is the first kind of commercial style, when people are making them to sell them. This is, kind of officially sort of, I guess, a minstrel banjo, which means, of course, that the performers who are playing these as a living were doing it in blackface. Wow. Awkward pause number 2. And the pauses seem really big in here. But it's, it's a thing that must be discussed because it was the most popular form of entertainment in the United States for over 60 years. Blackface minstrelsy, that's a long time. That's like a really long time. And it's, it's baked in our culture in a lot of different ways. I won't bore you with talking about that too much, but it is something that has to be grappled with. But as a musician, I'm very interested in the music part of it because I feel like if we just kind of have a knee-jerk response and go, let's just not talk about it or just shove it in, because, it doesn't happen nowadays anymore, does it? So let's just forget about it, But the thing is, we leave all that music behind, not to mention, these tough discussions that we have to have as well with all the imagery and all that. So I'm focusing, it must be done. We can't be scared of it, I'm not saying anybody, it's like it's a thing that we have to, we have to contend with. So anyway, I've been really focusing on the music, especially from early minstrelsy when, it's a real combination of cultures. And for me, some of the early stuff from this, particularly the 1850s, is the only connection, and one of the only connections I have to those legions of black banjo players who were the first ones to teach the white folk how to play the banjo. You know what I mean? So there's this interesting energy there. So the very first banjo tutor was published in 1855. By a man named Briggs, and there's a lot of tunes in there that really feel like a connection to me. I'm just a banjo player, what do I know? But I've really dug into them and discovered some things. So we're going to play one of those, and when I played it for Francesco, it reminded him of
the first time I heard those tunes reminded me of music from Brazil, which is another great melting pot place, especially the northeast of Brazil. There is a genre of music there called forró. Don't know if you're familiar with it. Have you ever heard it? It's very dancey music, very groovy, very accordion-driven. Because believe it or not, Brazil is one of the countries where they actually like accordions. It's like there, if you just play accordion, you're immediately a poet. But there's not that many places around the world. Anyway, we're going to play. So I picked a tune by Hermeto Pascoal, who's a great Brazilian composer, multi-instrumentalist. Overall crazy character, and we put it together with the Briggs tunes. So this is our version of Briggs Forró.
You just saw a banjo tuning to an accordion. We're well aware of the joke possibilities here. Before I ever met Francesco, the first banjo joke I heard was perfect pitch. When you throw the banjo and it goes right into the trash can and hits the accordion. I'm not kidding. I know, how sad. We've taken refuge, together. Thank you so much. I didn't start out as a songwriter. I started out as a banjo player in a string band. And as I was reading about the time that surrounded the banjo and where it came from and the history around that, I started really getting into the legacy of slavery in the United States and trying to wrestle with that, you know? It's a lot. And I started reading slave narratives and started really digging into the artifacts of that time and what it meant and what it means for us as a culture. And I came across these advertisements. They were for people who were for sale. And it kind of brought home that idea that people used to be as good as cash. You know, you needed some cash, you sold a person. That was just very, very commonplace. And I was looking at some of these ads and they were just, you know, just kind of reeling with the commonplaceness of it, I guess. And I came across one for a young woman. And at the end of the ad, it said that she had with her a 9-month-old baby who was at the purchaser's option. And I'm a mother, I have 2 children, and those words just haunted me. And then she started to haunt me, that young woman, and I started to try to think about her and what kind of courage it takes to wake up and to get up, knowing that not any part of your life is under your own control, not even your own children. And so it was thinking about her and people like her from the past and in the present. There's still people in bondage all over the world that led to this song. It's called At the Purchaser's Option. I've got a babe, but shall I keep him? 'Twill come the day when I'll be weeping. But how can I love him any less? This little babe upon my breast. Take my body, you can take my bones, take my blood, but not my soul. Take my body, you can take my bones, take my blood, but not my soul. Got a body dark and strong. I was young, but not for long. You took me to bed, a little girl, left me in a woman's world. Take my body, you can take my bones, take my blood, but not my soul. Take my body, you can take my bones, take my blood, but not my soul. To make you rich. Take my body, you can take my bones, take my blood, but not my soul. Take my body, take my bones, take my blood, but not my soul. Take my body, you can take my bones, take my blood, but not my soul. Take my in that fair land to which I go. I'm going home to meet my mother. I'm going home, no more to roam. I'm just going over Jordan. I'm just going over home. I know dark clouds will hover on me. I know my pathway's rough and steep, but golden fields lay out before me, where weary eyes no more will weep. I'm going home to meet my father. I'm going home, no more to roam. I'm just going over Jordan. I'm just going over home. I'll soon be free from every trial. This form shall rest beneath the sun. I'll drop that cross of self-denial and enter in that home with God. I'm just going over Jordan. I'm just going over home. I'm just going over Jordan. I'm just going
Thank you. All right, it's time for some traveling.
Yeah, so we're going to
If we haven't traveled far enough.
We're going to do a piece from my side of the world, which is Italy, southern Italy. So we're going to perform for you a pizzica. Do you all know what a pizzica is? Not so much, it seems. So pizzica is a dance from Puglia. Puglia is the heel of the boot of Italy. Do you all know what a tarantella is? You remember in The Godfather when they get married, they're all dancing and they're all eating? It's not that. I mean, kind of, it's a little more complex and sophisticated than that version of tarantella. So normally we call tarantellas, it's an umbrella of type of dance music from all different regions of southern Italy. Usually it's a very lively 6/8, like a jig with a turbo boost type of thing. But what a lot of people don't know is that tarantella was used traditionally to heal the bite of a spider. A taranta. It's kind of a tarantula, so what happens is that you were in the fields, you got bitten by the spider, you fell into this kind of a catatonic, comatose state. Your family would call the doctor comes to your house, and out of the doctor's bag comes the drum. The tamburello, normally larger drums than this, because they believed that the only way to get rid of the poison was to dance. It was a healing trance dance ritual, So they believed that rhythm was the only cure. Right? So this is something that happened for thousands of years. The last time it was observed, still happening, was in the 1960s. That's crazy. But we have documentation from over 2,000 years ago, So it's like the Catholic Church, they didn't like that. They didn't like it, so they tried to get rid of it, as they do. And they didn't manage, as they do. So they took it over, as they do. Right? So all of a sudden it became all about St. Paul. Because apparently St. Paul in some passage of the Bible killed a snake. They didn't even get the animal right. It was a spider. It was not a snake. But so the last time, so basically you're dancing and then you're healed and you say, oh, thank you, St. Paul, for giving me the grace. Here is a generous offer to the church. This is how it was, But this was the tail end in the 1960s, of something which was much older and more complex, And it fits into a lot of rituals that are of trance dancing and trance healing that still exist in a lot of parts of the Mediterranean. And as you know, it's all connected, Blah, blah, blah. So Rhiannon accepted the challenge of learning a pizzica in a Apulian dialect, which is a quite different language from Italian, and she did a great job. And not only that, she also added the minstrel banjo, which has definitely been unheard of in Puglia. So this is our version of pizzica. Pizzica, by the way, pizzicare means to bite. That's what the spider does. Pizzica di San Vito. San Vito is a town. So yeah, feel free to trance dance.
Occhi ci dici mali, noi sto scotando fuori.
Grazie. All right. This is one of the first things that Francesco and I found as a connector from his tradition, well, not his tradition, but like his side of the world. Anyway, it's a long story. We'll talk about it in a second. This is a song from the western part of North Carolina from Sheila K. Adams. And yeah, we'll just do it for you. It's called Little Margaret. Little Margaret sitting in her high-hole chair, combing back her long yellow hair, saw sweet William and his new maid bride riding up the road so near. She threw down her ivory comb, threw back her long yellow hair, said, I'll go down and I'll bid him farewell, and I'll never more go there. It was late in the night, they were fast asleep. Little Margaret appeared all dressed in white, standing at their bed feet, saying, how do you like your snow white pillow? How do you like your sheet? Saying, how do you like that pretty fair maid who lays in your arms asleep? Very well do I like my snow white pillow. Well do I like my sheet. Much better do I like that pretty fair maid who stands at my bed feet. He called a serving man to go saddle the dappled roan, and he rode for her father's house that night, knocked on the door alone, saying, is little Margaret in her room, or is she in the hall? Little Margaret's in her coal black coffin, with her face turned toward the wall. Unfold, unfold those snow white robes, be they ever so fine, for I want to kiss those cold, cold lips, for I know they'll never kiss mine. 3 times he kissed her cold, cold hand, twice he kissed her cheek, once he kissed her cold, cold lips, and he fell in her arms asleep. So I learned that, and ballads are really amazing pieces of cultural, I don't know what you'd call them, pieces of culture. You know, when you think about that one, which is an Appalachian ballad, but began over in England and probably before that, but hundreds of years ago. And it started out probably with 27 verses. And by the time it ended up in the mountains, it had about 7. You know, over the years, it kind of winnows itself to the essence of the story, you know, which is kind of, I think, one of the most beautiful things about ballads. They really find the center part of that story. And what I learned through my just kind of learning from people who know a lot more than I do, a lot of these ballads were also kind of steeped in imagery, and they didn't always say what you thought they were saying. So Little Margaret's actually a ghost story. You know, when she sees she sees sweet William riding by with his new bride, and she knows that's it. You know, that's her love. And so when she appears to him, she's a ghost. He just doesn't know it yet. So he goes to her father's house and he asks after her, and he's told that she's in her coal black coffin with her face turned toward the wall, which means she was a suicide. And then when he falls in her arms, asleep in her arms, that means really that he died. I would assume of a broken heart. I mean, it's just really just, adds so many layers to these songs. I don't know. Things like that really blow me away. So anyway, that was Little Margaret. So we're going to do now a couple of tunes from 1855.
Yeah. Early on, when me and Rhiannon started talking, and we were sending each other messages on WhatsApp, and we were sending each other the nerdiest things ever, like treatises from the 16th century, and she was sending me like pictures of minstrel bands, and I was really impressed because I'm a nerd. So, but the first thing that I noticed was that there was a tambourine player in the minstrel band, because I didn't know, but the standard minstrel band was banjo, fiddle, bones, and tambo.
100 years before rock and roll, this was the American band that the world knew. It was the first cultural export from America. Like Dan Emmett's band went over to England, and everywhere there was English speakers, and caused a sensation with minstrel music, to the point where when the first actual African-American group went over, the Fish Jubilee Singers, critics said, "Doesn't really sound like black music to me." I'm serious. It's like early American history is so wild. But yeah, there was always a tambourine player.
Yeah, so the first thing I noticed as well is that the tambourine players, they all had this kind of dramatic poses, acrobatic-looking poses, and they were holding always the drum like this, which is the way we hold it in the Mediterranean. Every other style of tambourines I've seen from the Americas was holding the tambourine like this, like gospel tambourine or pandeiro in Brazil. So I was like, I wonder if there is a connection, And I started on this impossible quest of finding a connection between the Southern Italian tambourine and the 19th century American tambo. And that's a 45 minutes presentation with slides, which I had prepared, but there was an issue here with the screen. We didn't really know how to project it onto the temple, so I'll skip it for tonight. But it'll come one day. Anyway, it's a very interesting long story, but just to cut it short, we're going to do our version, which is a kind of a reimagine this connection between the Southern Italian and Mediterranean tamburello, tambourine, and 19th century minstrel banjo.
So another thing that Francesco and I have in common is that we're both conservatory trained. I went to Oberlin and studied classical voice and opera, and he went to the Hague Conservatory and studied improvisational jazz piano. And early music. And yes, the nerd in him is going, but they didn't have pianos back then. And we just, we're trying to tear down those barriers between what's called classical and vernacular pop music. I mean, there didn't used to be any. I don't really think there are, except for the ones that we put up, and a lot of times they're of class. So we're going to take this, we're going to actually take our cue from Nina Simone for this one. Because she did all this way long time ago. We're stealing her bass line for this and then taking it somewhere else. This is called Black Swan from Giancarlo Menotti's The Medium. I sang it first as a freshman. Don't worry, I won't sing it like that. The sun is falling and it lies in blood. The moon is weaving bandages of gold. Oh, black swan, where, oh, where is my lover gone? Torn and tattered is my bridal gown, and my lamp is lost, and my lamp is lost. With silver needles and with silver thread, stars stitch a shroud for the dying sun. Oh, black swan, where, oh, where is my lover gone? I had given him a kiss of fire and a golden ring, and a golden ring. Don't you hear your lover moan? Eyes of glass and feet of stone, shells for teeth and weeds for tongue. Deep, deep down, deep, deep down, deep, deep down in the river's bed. He's looking for the ring, for the ring, for the ring, for the ring. Eyes wide open, never asleep. He's looking for the ring, for the ring, for the ring. Spools unravel and the needles break. The sun is buried and the stars weep. Oh, black wave, oh, black wave, take me away with you. I will share with you my golden hair and my bridal crown, and my bridal crown. Oh, take me down with you. Take me down to my wandering lover, to my wandering lover, and my child unborn.
child unborn, and my child unborn, and my child unborn. So, we were talking about minstrelsy earlier. And it kind of, it started to fade away and slide into other pieces of our culture, like cartoons and things like that. Bugs Bunny and blackface, that sort of thing. I remember that growing up. Y'all remember that? Y'all are real quiet all of a sudden. What's up? It's okay. It's all good. So the thing that replaced it was called the coon song. I know it doesn't get any better. We keep waiting. It's like, oh, And that's how I feel too. I'm looking at this stuff going, really? It was like a genre of song where it was like, all we like to do is eat watermelon, sing and dance all day long. And, one of these, the most popular, the most famous one was called All Coons Look Alike to Me. I'm not even kidding. It was big. It was written by a black dude, too. He was getting a buck. And he came to regret it later. It was such a part of the culture, you could whistle that chorus and start a fight. This is why these things are important. They're outgrowths of the culture that's already there, right? So I'm looking at this stuff, and then I discover something cool, which is why I look at it, because it's not easy. Y'all know Ethel Waters? Some of you do. And some of you are going to go home and Google that, because she was awesome. She took one of these songs that was written by a couple of Tin Pan Alley cats, and it's called Underneath the Harlem Moon. And she changed some stuff, and she added some stuff. So we're going to do Ethel's version, Underneath Our Harlem Moon. Creole babies walk along with rhythm in their thighs, rhythm in their hips, and in their lips and in their eyes. Where the high browns find the kind of love that satisfies underneath our Harlem moon. We don't pick no cotton. Picking cotton is taboo. We don't live in cabins like the old folks used to do. Our cabin is a penthouse on St. Nicholas Avenue, underneath the Harlem moon. We just live for dancing. We're never blue or forlorn. It ain't no sin to laugh and grin. That's why we Schwarzes were born. We shout hallelujah every time we're feeling low, and every chic is dressed up like a Georgia gigolo. White folks call it madness, but I call it hide-de-ho. Underneath the Harlem moon. Now once we wore bandanas, now we wear Parisian hats. Once we wore barefoots, now we're sporting shoes and spats. Once we were Republican, but now we're Democrats. Underneath the Harlem moon. Now we don't pick no cotton. Picking cotton is taboo. All we pick is numbers, and that includes you white folks too. 'Cause if we hit, we pay our rent on any
the avenue underneath the Harlem moon. All right, fellas, what you got? We just thrive on dancing. We're never blue or forlorn. We just laugh, grin, ha! Let the landlord in. That's why house rent parties were born. And then we drink our gin, puff our reefers when we're feeling low. And then we're ready to go out and take charge of any so-and-so. Don't stop for law, no traffic when we're raring to go underneath the Harlem moon. Underneath the Harlem moon. Thank you so much. If you ever want to know what it was like to be a performer of color in the 1920s and 30s, read Ethel Waters' autobiography. It's really, I'm just like, God smite me if I ever complain again. It was no joke. And in that book, I found out that when she was doing vaudeville, a friend of hers asked her to sing a song in Yiddish. And we got to remember, like back in these days, it was lots of crossing, and there was lots of ethnic stuff going on, and I asked her to sing this song. It was a really emotional song, and she learned it, and she sang it, and she put it over, like they used to say. And people in the audience responded so much to the way that she sang, the way that she connected to the emotionality of that song, that when they saw her, they'd say, "Die Schwarze, die Schwarze." Excitedly, you know? So she changed that line. That's why we darkies were born. The Schwarzes was born. And so I was like, when I was reading that, I was like, oh, I'm a nerd. All right. But it just, you know, it just shows you like everything just has these little, just tells us so much about what was going on. Here's a couple of tunes. That's all.
Thank you. Now back to serious things. Tambourines. No, I just wanted to tell you a little bit about these drums in case you're not so familiar with this type of drums. So I mentioned this before. This is a tamburello. It's an Italian tambourine, even though it's not really a traditional model. It's a slightly more modern tamburello, and it's a beautiful tamburello made in Austria. But don't tell anyone or I'll get in trouble. It's made by a great maker called Norbert Eckermann that does beautiful skeins. But let me show you some of the larger drums that I played early on. So I got two types. There's that one, the blue one that I played first, and this one here. So all of these are frame drums. That's the definition. They are drums in which the diameter is larger than the width. And there are drums that exist in a lot of places around the world, but especially in the Mediterranean. The history of frame drums is extremely old. We have iconography from about 6,000 before Christ from Central Asia. And we have a lot of iconography because they were often sacred instruments of goddesses, mostly women and mostly goddesses associated with fertility rites. And we see them from Central Asia come to ancient Egypt. I'm sure there is some. And there's those hieroglyphics. Hathor, I think, was the name of the goddess with the frame drum in Egypt. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. This particular frame drum, it's everywhere in the Mediterranean. You find it in North Africa, in southern Italy, in Spain, in Greece, in Turkey, pretty much everywhere. And it's got different names. But this particular model has got a set of snares. Can you see those white ropes? And it creates a buzzing sound. And this particular buzzing drum comes from North Africa and it's called bendir. You find it in Morocco, in Algeria, in Tunisia. And this beautiful bendir comes from Vermont. And then we have the biggest drum that I have for you today. It's a 22 inches Iranian duff. So this drum, it's a large frame drum and it's got this feature of having, can you all see it? Your granny's curtain rings hanging. And it's a particular drum. You can create a lot of effects according to how you angle the drum. And this ring hits the skin, you know? And it's played in folk music, in Central Asia, and in Iran especially, but also by Sufis. They use it for trance dancing. Once again, we get to trance dancing, and they play with a really full-on kind of, that kind of idea. So this beautiful duff is from Vermont. There's a guy called Patrick Cooperman who makes beautiful drums in Vermont. So I'm not actually joking. Okay, so I think I'm going to play for you this drum in the next piece.
Yeah, this is a song that I ended up co-writing with Joe Henry. I had written the tune and the chorus, and I hated the verses that I wrote. And I said, Joe, fix this song. And he did. Act like my eyebrows are going to help. They don't. Watching from my window, the curtain coming down. Blue is black as warning, the silence like a sound that rattles at the cages that hold my heart in mind. They call my name to wonder just what I hope to find. That bird so high above the fray, what should he mean to me? His cricket song gone crazy in the swaying arms of trees that wave to me like the hungry, waiting for the tide. My tipping boat still hoping I might reach the other side. Don't know where I'm going, but I'm on my way. Lord, if you love me, keep me, I pray. A little bird stretching out to the shimmering, shaking blue. Don't know where I'm going, but I know what to do. sweetest time. Not bottled on the table, but still hanging on the vine. I don't know where I'm going, but I'm on my way. Lord, if you love me, keep me, I pray. A little bird is stretching out to the shimmering, shaking blue. I don't know where I'm going, but I know what to do. Don't know where I'm going, but I know what to do. Don't know where I'm going, but I know what to do. I don't know if any of you guys read this article that was written in the New Yorker, but there was a profile. I was very lucky to have written about me because, nerd that I am, the first 2 pages of it are all about this unknown but vitally important black string band musician that John Jeremiah Sullivan had discovered. And I was like, yes, that is the way I want my profile to start. Because, it was so exciting. And evidently reading that really caused the people at the Today Show to say, we got to have that on our stage. And I was like, what? Out of all the stuff that I've done, this is the time? Awesome. So we brought the Iranian daf, the minstrel banjo, and the upright bass to the Today Show. It was pretty cool. And we did that song that we just did. And, I got to meet Al Roker. I mean, I grew up with that. It was a moment. It was a moment, and it just felt like we kind of got to bring this really cool music, and it was neat. And they did a little retrospective of my career, talked about me being an opera person once upon a time. And so they tweeted it out, Today Show, 9:30, Rhiannon Giddens, Francesco Turrisi, blah, blah, blah. So, I have a really cool fan base, right? They're really nice to each other, and they're nice to me, and even if they don't like something, they're nice about it, right? So I'm not really out there in the wide world that much. It's not like I do top 40 music, and so they tweeted it out there, and somebody tweeted back, that banjo woman on this morning was very annoying. Hashtag, should have stuck with opera. Oh man, it was the best ever. I laughed myself sick. I just thought, I was like, man, I respect that you didn't like it. And I even more respect that you were creative about it. Anyway, I love that story. I'm gonna get a t-shirt, hashtag, just anyway. Francesco and I both live in Ireland. It's a long story, don't ask. And when we were there before our record came out, which I haven't mentioned yet, but I should, it's called There Is No Other. And it came out earlier this year. And before it came out, we did a little pre-tour in Ireland, and we started doing this. We threw this Irish song in called Molly Brannigan for fun, and well, we had so much fun doing it, we'd put it in this set too, so.
Yeah, I mean, the song is okay, but what comes before the song, it's possibly the pinnacle of this evening. Arguably the reason why you all came out tonight, it's the tambourine solo. Because my mission here tonight is to make you walk out of here convinced and believing firmly that the tambourine is a respectable instrument. No, because usually I take it out of the case and, you hear, oh, Jesus. Sounds more like, oh, Jesus, the tambourine. That's because we're in Ireland. But anyway, forget about that. It's an instrument with thousands of years of history, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to play this tambourine solo, and then we're going to do Molly Brannigan. Right. Thank you. I haven't played yet.
Don't encourage him.
Haven't played yet, yes. Okay.
Ma'am dear, did you ever hear of pretty Molly Brannigan? She stole away my heart, and I'll never be a man again. There's not a spot on my hide where another sun'll tan again. Since Molly's gone and left me all alone for to die. Oh, there's a hole in my heart you could easy roll a turnip in, as big as any paving stone from Dublin to the Devil's Glen. If she chose to take another shoe, she might have left mine back again, and not to leave me here all alone for to die. Ma'am dear, I remember when milking time was past and gone. We went into the meadows where she swore I was the only one that ever she could love, but sure she proved to be the cruel one, and left me here lamenting all alone for to Thank you so much. Well, we have one more song, but before we get to it, there's a third member up here. Long suffering, puts up with our shenanigans, deals with our mess. From Brooklyn, New York City, Mr. Jason Cipher. Also, a big hand back there on the sound. Frank on the sound back there. This ain't easy.
I don't know if you realize this, but this is not an easy setup.
And he's been doing a great job. We've been having a really amazing time touring this record. This is kind of the tail end of this part of it. We got another chunk coming up. We got another one here tomorrow. And this has been an amazing experience. You know, big thanks to the Met for even letting us be here and doing this. And yeah, I don't know, what a crazy world right now. I don't even know what to say anymore. I wake up at 3 a.m. and sweat. You know, and it's not even this country, although there's plenty there, plenty to be worried about. It's, you know, it's actually much bigger than that now. It's like, it's really, really huge. It's enormous, and it's just really hard to come to terms with it alone, you know? And just been thinking a lot about where we are, not as a nationality, but as a species, you know? I don't know, where we've come from, we've done some really beautiful things. We've also done some really terrible things. And the bill's coming due, I'm afraid, for some of those things. And we have some choices to make. And I just think that we can make them. I don't think the choices are gone. I think we still have choices. My thing is the idea of enough. You know, we've gotten very, very spoiled in this society, and I just think we need to start thinking about what's enough. You know, some people have too much and some people have too little, and I think enough would actually kind of fix a lot of that, the idea of what enough is. Anyway, that's just what I've been thinking about. And, you know, I just feel like we've come to a crossroads where we can continue what we've been doing. I don't think that's working too good. But I really think we have a way that's another way, you know? That's peace, love, empathy, kindness. I just think there's so much we can do with that, you know, and so much we can do together. Maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm naive, I don't know, but all I know is we have today, we have this minute. We might as well make it a good minute. So this is a song that I wrote thinking about all this, and kind of going, well, where does all that good stuff come from? And I think it comes from that thing greater than all of us, whatever you call it. Universe, God, whatever. This is, I guess, my thoughts about it. I want to say thank you all again so much for selling this out, giving us your beautiful energy, and in this beautiful place. When your path is full of worry, He will see you through. When you feel alone on your journey, He will see you through. Amen. 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 When you think the world's gone crazy, He will see you through. When it looks like the end of days, He'll surely see you through.
won't shine brighter than your soul. All your silver, all your gold won't shine brighter than your soul. Amen. 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 Amen.
Thank you so much, Francesco Turrisi, Jason Cipher. My name is Rhiannon Giddens. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I mean, I guess we could have walked all the way off under the tunnel and went to the, but we thought, well, maybe we'll just do this last one real quick. But thank you so much. And if you gotta go, you gotta go. It's all good. We'll be quick. But thank you so much. Y'all are awesome. You know, there's a lot of stories to tell that show how beautiful this country is. And we're going to tell them until there ain't nobody to tell them to. So just, you know, thank y'all so much. We're going to do this last one. It's called, well, it doesn't matter what it's called. It's by Sister Rosetta Tharpe. So I'll send you home with a little bit of her. Look down that lonesome road before you travel on. Look up, oh, look up and greet your maker before Gabriel blows his horn. Where it's holding such a low along. Look down that lonesome road before you travel on. Look up, oh look up, and greet your maker before Gabriel blows his horn. Where it's toting such a load, gone down that lonesome road. Look down, look down, look down, look down that lonesome road before you travel on. Jason Cipher on the bass. Francesco Turrisi on the piano. Up above my head, I hear music in the air. Up above my head, I hear music in the air. Up above my head, I hear music in the air. And I really do believe there's a heaven somewhere. Up above my head, I hear singing in the air. Up above my head, I hear singing in the air. Up above my head, I hear singing in the air. And I really do believe there's a heaven somewhere. Come on, y'all. All right, now you've done heard everybody up here on the stage. And you may have figured out that this is a call and response song. And they're too busy playing to sing. So that means I'm gonna need y'all's help. No, we got a lot of roof to fill. So y'all ready to sing? Y'all ready to sing? That's what I'm talking about. Here we go. Up above my head, music in the air. Up above my head, music in the air. Up above my head, music in the air. And I really do believe there's a heaven somewhere. Let me hear you again. Up above my head, music in the air. Up above my head, music in the air. Up above my head, music in the air. And I really do believe there's a heaven somewhere. One more time. Up above my head, I hear music in the air. Up above my head, I hear music in the air. Up above my head, I hear music in the air. And I really do believe there's a heaven somewhere. I said I really do believe there's a heaven somewhere. Heaven somewhere.